The Land Rover Discovery 2006. Hey y'all, welcome back to Doug's Cars. Decided to do a little work on my Land Rover LR3 or Discovery 3 today using this little device here. It is a Carly code reader. Now this one's a couple years old. You can buy newer ones from them. It comes with a software app that runs on your phone. And I had it because I've had so many BMWs that they've just been really useful for not just reading codes, but for coding the car. There's a lot of like Americanized things in the car that you can code out and get different lighting setups, and you can have the screen on the sat nav automatically turn off that says, you know, you must press this to continue every time you start the car, and stupid things like that. Those can be made to go away. You can make it fold the mirrors in when you lock the car automatically for cars that have folded mirrors. So a nice little tool, but it also will do some code reading on this Land Rover. It's not new enough to really be able to be coding it, but I want to see if there are any issues with any of the systems on the car. I know that the tire pressure system is currently not working because it's, according to the guys who put on the tires that are on this now that were slightly used, it only has 3 sensors. So I'm aware of that fact, and that light is on constantly on the dashboard. Let's see what else we can find. First, let's get it hooked up. I'll show you the app and we'll see what happens. So the port is right here. You can see it's already got power and it should light up. And then you need to go open up the app and you set up your own Wi-Fi. I'm gonna close this door, otherwise when I put the key in, it's gonna ding incessantly. It sets up its own little Wi-Fi component with that and connects and reads the car. All right, so I've got the app open here and you can see it's a Land Rover Discovery 2006 gasoline. If I click on this, I can check for these issues. Connect. Oh, I guess I've got to do that first. They've updated the app since I... let's see. Yes, I want to connect it to the current Wi-Fi.
2,000 years later.
So it's connected to that. Now it's going to scan to connect to the car. Now the last 2 times I did this, it didn't connect, which I'm not real happy about. This thing has always worked before. I've used it for years, and it's just giving me an error message to call them, which, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Still scanning. The light blinks once in a while. I was hoping to show you all a very good way of doing things with this. Maybe, I guess I need to get their new adapter. Maybe this one, you know, has timed out or something. It said 2016 on it, which is probably when I bought the app and this. And I know they have a new sleek adapter out, but it's just not working. But I do have one of these, and it plugs in the same spot, of course. So here's my concern now: is it the adapter, or is it the OBD port on the car? You know, this is an older car and it has a lot of miles on it, and it wasn't maintained super well. It was used by college students for a while, and who knows what could have happened. That kick panel down there is kind of loose, and you know, this is hanging down, and I screwed it in twice already while messing with this thing, and it's still hanging down. So there could be something wrong with this. It's obviously getting power, but let's see. Let me plug in this standard code reader and see what happens here. Okay, give that a whirl. Okay, so it's obviously getting power. OBD2, select that. So it's I already read all that. Okay, that's good. CAN bus is listed. Okay, let's read the CCU. Read codes. Current. This vehicle has no fault codes. Well, I mean, it's got the tire pressure thing. Let's see, that's good. I mean, I don't need to erase anything. Let's read codes here. Vehicle has no fault codes. That's what I thought. This thing is running super well. I'm jinxing myself by saying this, and there's no wood trim in here to knock on. Ever since I did the BG oil treatment, that video I did a couple weeks ago, when I changed the oil in here, it just runs silky smooth. It throws an error code once out of every 10 times or so you drive it with the air suspension, and I need to have that checked by my buddy who has the air suspension system that he can read, I guess, on his phone. And you know, that is an inherent problem with these, but it doesn't stop working. It still works. It just throws an error code, and sometimes The last time it happened, I was on the highway and a truck flew past, like an 18-wheeler went past at high speed and rocked me on the air springs, and that did it. So I think it's probably a a height sensor or something like that that's the problem. But yeah, this thing's been running really well, and I have to credit that BG and that new oil. I know the BG does a great job of cleaning things out, but that new oil has got to be part of it too. It just rides so well and drives so well. Transmission shifts nicely. You would never know that this thing has 220,000 miles on it. And there are obviously no fault codes to be read, which was what I thought. But hey, sometimes there are codes stored in the system that you don't even know about. It doesn't throw a CEL on the dash. It just causes some issues. So, you know what? It was not a successful thing in the fact that there's something wrong with my iCarly reader. And I guess I need to replace that, especially if I want to do any more work on my BMWs here, because it's not going to work on Wooderson there. No OBD. But my other code reader proves that the port works and the car is good, and that I will always take as a success. So thanks so much for watching this little tiny bit of Rover rescue. This one continues to be rescued, and there'll be more Rover rescue and certainly more Doug's cars coming your way shortly. Thanks y'all so much for watching. Please subscribe to see what else happens with this. There could be, oh, I don't know, a new bumper in its future. From Australia, maybe. Stay tuned.